Hey, how's it going, everyone? Mick from All About Tech. Welcome back to the channel. So Apple and Google, for that matter, have removed Fortnite from their respective app stores, and this was done blatantly by Epic Games to get themselves removed, and they have hit both Apple and Google with antitrust lawsuits against them. The timing is brilliant due to Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon just being taken for those antitrust hearings by Congress about a month ago now, or no, it wasn't quite a month ago, a little bit less than that. And the timing of it is absolutely brilliant. I think Epic Games knew this was going to happen. They implemented a feature within the app on both iOS and Android where you could buy in-game purchases basically with V-Bucks at a discount, which bypasses the payment, the in-app purchases features on iOS and Google, and as a result, they've both removed the app from their stores. And Epic Games, hats off to you, because you've done what everyone else has kind of wanted to do. But a lot of the smaller players that have been kind of bullied by the monopoly holders in the space, obviously they don't have the resources to fight against Apple and Google, etc. And Epic Games very much does have the resources to fight them. So I got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, Fortnite, for me, I don't think it's that great a game, but obviously it's played by millions upon millions upon millions of people. It absolutely revolutionized Battle Royale. And it has been so successful. And obviously on iOS, that's 1 billion iPhones or iOS devices that the game now can't be played by, and 1 billion potential customers is a lot of people. And don't get me wrong, Epic Games has been a huge generator of revenue for Apple and Google. Not so much Google, and it's not as big of a deal on Android because you can sideload apps from unknown sources anyway on Android. That's the main reason why people use Android. Because Fortnite used to be able to, you just download it from their website because you just turn on unknown sources and you download it that way. On iPhone, it's very much different. You have to go through the App Store. You have to use their in-app purchases, etc. And I'm really excited to see what this brings. Apple are not going to push over on this one. I don't think Google are either. I know Google forced OnePlus to exit out of a deal with Fortnite to have an Epic Games launcher or a Fortnite launcher pre-installed onto OnePlus devices, and Google basically nerfed that deal. And yeah, it's about time this kind of monopoly over these ecosystems kind of comes to an end. There is a lot more interest in alternative app stores, especially on iOS. Alt Store is a relatively new one, which has just surpassed 1 million downloads. 1 million people have actively gone out with their iPhones to install apps that can't otherwise get on the App Store. But I think what's important about this is that Epic Games are blatantly highlighting the monopoly and the bullying of developers when it comes to their App Store. Fortnite actually, you know that they were ready for this because they had loads of stuff ready to throw at them when the ban eventually came, which they knew that was going to come. They released an in-game video on Fortnite where they showed a video basically mimicking and mocking Apple's 1984 commercial advert for the original Mac, where Apple literally went against IBM, calling them calling them a monopoly, and Apple have literally contradicted themselves by becoming the very thing that they were very much against right at the beginning. It's a very hypocritical thing. I know like 35 years is a long time, or like 30 years is a long time since, and obviously they've grown to be an absolute powerhouse of a company, and they do release some fantastic products, etc. But when something becomes unnecessary for them to make money, and they just outright abuse that power, and it is very much antitrust. I know it's their platform, I know it's their ecosystem, but if developers are making money by developing apps for the ecosystem, they're doing the Apple ecosystem a favor there by creating fantastic apps for that platform. And I've said this in a previous video, and I know that there are a couple comments saying, oh, they can charge what they want, etc. Yeah, I to an extent I understand that point of view, but you have to understand as well that it is a very much unnecessary charge that they make, and it is very much anti-consumer, and it is very much antitrust, and there are laws on that. Hence why the big four tech organizations in the world had to go to this antitrust hearing. And in particular, Apple's App Store came under scrutiny. I wish they went more in terms of the scrutiny, because I don't think Tim Cook was given a hard enough time for it. And the same thing goes for Google as well. The only difference with Google is that you can download apps via unknown sources. You just turn it on in the settings, and you can download an app via a website, which is very much what you used to do with Fortnite. I think this is a very ballsy move on Epic Games' part, and part of me does feel like they're not really doing this much for themselves, as opposed to they're very much doing this for everyone else. I mean, on the lawsuits, they literally state that they want fair. They want everything to be fair, and the way that it's currently conducted, it's not fair. Apple dictates, Google dictates absolutely everything. Takes a massive unnecessary fee, which Steve Jobs said at the start of when the App Store was released, that the App Store was there to complement the iPhone, to make the iPhone a more attractive option, because it gives more apps to be able to use and enjoy an experience on iOS. It wasn't supposed to be there as the absolute money-making machine that it now is. And Apple aren't going to try and give that up, because it is their second most profitable revenue stream behind the iPhone itself. So I'm really excited to see how things go. Obviously, Epic Games is a huge money generator for Apple and for Google because of how popular the game is, and I'm really happy that that a big entity has now come against Apple, because other developers and stuff have come up against Apple, and they've not had the resources. They've not been able to fight against Apple. They've kind of had to cave, or come to some sort of other arrangement, etc. So I know that this is going to be an ongoing thing now. I'm going to be following it very closely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What you think in regards to this. It is very interesting. I'd like to gauge other people's point of view on this as well. I, for one, I'm just really interested to see what happens here, to see if this is finally gonna cause some major changes to become more about the consumer and more about the development experience from developers on both iOS and Android. Remember, this isn't just about Apple. This is about Google as well. Google have done the same thing. The only difference is that with Android devices, you can download apps via a browser anyway. But I've been Mick from All About Tech. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you found it helpful, or if you were intrigued by it, etc. Leave a comment down below what your thoughts are on this, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll catch you guys out in the next one. Peace.